Hello, everyone. Today I'll be talking about the progress that I've had on week 3 and week 4. Maybe there are some improvements that I've made in week 5 also in this video. So my first task was to generate a better horse, and this is a better horse. I found a better image. Um, the main problem with the previous horse was that its legs were kind of like it did not have like four distinct legs. Looking from it from the front side. Now this one is also obtained from Wonder 3D, and it has four distinct looking legs at least. Um, my main aim this week on this task, like this checkpoint, was to obtain images outside from the sample and render this object from multiple viewpoints. Later, feed these viewpoints into Magic Phony and turn this OBJ into some deformable object with some mesh on it. So my mistake was I misunderstood Thomas, and instead of using the already existing data set as part of Magic Pony as input, I picked my own horse OBJ and generated, a bunch of viewpoints for my horse. So here is how, after obtaining the shape, basically what I did was I went to this repository called obj to png. I forked it, and I basically changed a bunch of parameters from this such that from this repository such that I can obtain um, you know per 5 degree, basically looking at this, I would render this every 5 degrees. So I would take a render from this angle, rotate it 5 degrees, take another render, rotate it 5 degrees, take another render, or like rotate it 5 degrees, take another render. And basically what I did was that I changed some of the parameters here. It was like this one was XYZ, however, Wonder 3D works in ZYX. Um, sorry, ZXY. So I've changed that. Additionally, I've changed it such that it can I can I added the horse OBJ inside the repository, and basically I've changed the code such that I can obtain these masks at any you know any angle, basically at the resolution of 1 degree, because Wonder 3D only allows for rendering from 6 different angles, right? So that's what I did, and what I did was I fed these masks as ground truth into Magic Pony, um, which is one of the errors that I've made on that week. You can see that Magic Pony initializes from this point, and basically what Magic Pony is doing is trying to optimize the this blob here on the left hand side into the shape that I'm feeding into Magic Pony. And eventually, over time, you can see that this horse, the blob on the left hand side, which is what Magic Pony is optimizing, turns into my my the OBJ file, or at least this something that represents this OBJ file in 3 dimensions, just based on these masks. And the problem that I've obviously observed was that there's some huge view inconsistencies, because even though the even though I'm feeding in, I'm doing the I'm initializing with the pre-trained horse, but like the main problem was that the textures, or like the masks that I'm feeding in alongside these images, do not match one another. So So if I go here, you know, I'm feeding these in these masks. However, these masks do not belong to these horses which are inside the data set. So what ends up happening is the geometry is getting optimized. However, the texture does not match the you know the geometry at all. So what I'm ending up with is just this, you know, this weird you know, weird three-dimensional horses with some like brown and like blue on the background because you know the mask that I'm optimizing for is the matching, you know, the image, right? So this was my error in the first, you know, in my first try, which costed me around a week or 2 weeks. So after this, I started working on something and something else, which I'll record as a separate video. Thank you for listening to me.